Hi guys, Alejandra here with Jacksonville Weight Loss Center. It's been a while. I haven't done a video in a little bit. Just, getting busy, and so I wanted to, normally I go live, but the subject today is kind of, I guess, can get a little bit complicated. I want to make sure I'm clear with my message. And I don't know why, but when I'm in the car is when I get the ideas to do these types of videos. But this week I've had to deal with a lot of, personally, I've had to deal with a lot of recognizing toxic people and accepting it and being okay with it and moving on and moving forward. And when things happen to me on a personal level, it affects me on everything in my life, every aspect of my life, whether it's, my parenting, my home life, and now affects my business life. And, the fact that I was dealing with toxic people and these situations, it made me think about, how does this affect people with weight loss? And, just in doing some reading and some research and some meditating and thinking, it's kind of huge. If you don't have a good support group around you and you're dealing with toxic people, they're, draining. You might set a goal, and this has sometimes even happened to me where I'm afraid to tell my friends that I'm thinking about doing something new because I'm afraid that they might laugh at me, or that they might not be supportive, or that, they're going to think, oh, what's she up to now? So a lot of times I end up keeping things to myself and just doing it. And then after I've done it, then I share it. But, kind of shouldn't be that way, but unfortunately it is. So with weight loss, I feel like it's even harder because you so desperately want to lose weight and you want to try something new, and maybe you've tried 100 other things, and now you've signed on with Jacksonville Weight Loss Center, you've had your consult with Dr. O'Leary, you've got a plan in place, you're going forward, you're excited, you're pumped, and then you share it with your friend. And your friend says, ha 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 ha, I can show you how to lose weight, or that's not going to work, or you're trying something new again, and then you have to, and then it makes you second guess yourself and question yourself, like, well, maybe they're right, maybe Dr. O'Leary, why should I trust him? Or, why should I trust Jacksonville Weight Loss Center? I've trusted all these other people and it didn't work. So first thing I'm going to say to you is you need to put some distance between, it doesn't matter what you come up with. It doesn't matter if you've done something 100 times and failed. It doesn't matter. The fact that you want to try this plan now and that you're ready to do something again for the 50th time or whatever it may be, doesn't matter. People should still be supportive, and a true friend, a true family member, a true loved one, a true spouse would support it no matter what, as long as it's not putting you in danger. Then I could understand somebody saying something. But the interesting thing is sometimes we're so used to our circle and our friends that we don't even recognize who's toxic in our lives, or that we need to get away or break away from them. So I kind of was looking into, like, well, what is a toxic person? And you might recognize these as I say them to you, but there's 5 different ones. There's the eternal pessimist, that nothing's ever positive, everything's always like, oh yeah, well, it's gonna rain, so we can't do that, we can't ever go outside again because it might, whatever, thunderstorm, or we can't do that because it might make us sick, or we can't, just always everything's something negative. They're never positive about anything. And I'm being real general, I think, with my examples. And then there's the other kind of toxic person, the me person. They're always the victim. They're insecure. They're immature. They're greedy. They're clingy. And so you're the person. You're the fix. You're the person they lean on to even just to get through the day. And that can be exhausting and weigh on you a ton. And then there's the angry person, the one who's always angry, the one who's overreacting over everything, the one who you're embarrassed to go out with in public because they might, go off on somebody, or, say something rude or whatever. And they also pride themselves on that, on being the toughest, the baddest, the meanest. I don't know, that to me is just not really a good trait to be proud of. But so, there's that person sometimes that can be really toxic on us. There's the what they call Chicken Little, that's always looking at the worst case scenario. So of any situation, the worst case scenario is always their scenario. So they hold back on life, on living life, because the worst might happen. So that's a toxic person. And then there's the fifth, which is the most common, most popular toxic person, which is what they call the green-eyed monster. So this is the jealous person, the envious person, the vindictive person, the person that's always getting joy and pleasure off of others' misery and downfalls and struggles. They're picking people apart, and just to make themselves feel better. And the funny thing about this person is they're usually the ones that are insecure, the ones that have usually walking around also with the most hurt and the most damage inside. So those are kind of like five different types of toxic people. And whether you have one of those in your life or not, now you kind of get an idea of how to recognize them. And so what can you do if you have somebody that's toxic around you? You might say, well, I've been friends with this person for 20 years, so my loyalty comes first. Well, yeah, but what about you? When are you going to come first? And right now, during your weight loss journey, this is the time for you to be first, for you to be number one. You've looked out for everybody else, and you've dealt with everybody else's stuff, and now is the time for you. You've invested in yourself. You've taken the time to call us, to meet with Dr. O'Leary. You've paid your money. That's a huge investment in yourself. So make it work and get rid of anything that's prohibiting you from moving forward. So what can you do to break away from these toxic people is, first of all, you can put some distance between yourself and that person. Sometimes it's not possible. Sometimes you work with them. So that's okay. So you go to the next step. Stay busy. Be busy all the time. 24/7. You're busy. You've got plans, but actually make yourself busy. And then you'll see that you find your own fulfillment and your own enjoyment and your own joys on your own. And this is part of too. Another thing is breaking old habits and paths and patterns that you've been on before, of feeling responsible for other people and feeling like you have to deal with them, or carrying the guilt of, well, I if I don't hang out with them, they're going to be really upset, or oh well. You don't have to feel bad about anything. Refuse to feel bad. This is about you. This is now about you. You've got to make sure that you reach your goals, and in weight loss and your transformation, you've got to change your mindset. You've got to change. This is a complete transformation. It's not just about the food and the supplements and the water and exercise. This is your entire mindset, your entire lifestyle, because it's been your lifestyle as a whole that has gotten you to be 50 pounds, 100 pounds, 150 plus pounds overweight. So your whole entire lifestyle and mindset needs to change. So, the goal that I feel that we should all have when we're trying to lose weight and in this weight loss, well, at least personally, my goal for you guys is health, happiness, and well-being. So with that in mind, this is why I share, I think, some of my personal matters, and I share it with you, and I think about how it would affect you or how it would help you. So anyway, happy Wednesday. I know this was a heavy, maybe I opened up a can of worms that I probably shouldn't have, or that you've been avoiding. But you know what? Sometimes we have to face life, and it's tough and it sucks, but you know what? You're better for it afterwards. So anyway, I want everybody to have a great, positive day and stay away from those toxic people.